Sorry. Hi everybody. My name is Mr. Maguire, the elementary music teacher slash edutainer, back again with how to play the recorder, at least how to play the recorder part 1. In my hand I have a recorder, and it's a one-piece recorder. Sometimes they come in 3 pieces, and some of you at home might have those, and that's fine, just keep it together. I like the one piece, especially when I'm teaching the little ones. The little pequeño ones. Wait. Who you calling little? I don't know what you're talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Don't be laughing, just chill out. Let me see who's being so quiet and ready to go, because we're going to get started, and I'm going to go somewhat quick. Well, the recorder. How do you play it? What do you do? Where do I put my hands? How do I sit? How do I hold my arms? How do I blow into it? What's my name? I don't know what my favorite color is. It's not red, but I'm wearing... Hold on a second. I may not know much about the recorder just yet, but I know your name is Mr. Silly Man. I don't know why I'm going off on that tangent. I'm sorry. So, back to where I was before. The recorder. On the head joint, we have the mouthpiece, which is pretty much the most important part because that's the part we blow into. Now, if you don't know already, the recorder is part of the woodwind family, which is in the orchestra, because at one time it was made of wood. There are 4 main things I'm going to be talking about today with the recorder. 1, how you hold it. 2, where your fingers go, which may sound the same, but it's a little bit different than how you hold it. 3, how you're supposed to be sitting. And 4, how you blow into it. So let's start with how you hold it. Now this is the tricky part. This is the part where I need you to take your left hand and hold it up right now. Just trust me, hold it up. Alright, let me see those left hands. Is that your left? Is that your right? Okay. I'm pretty sure I know which one's my left hand. There it is. Now, if you don't know what your left hand is, I'm going to turn around. This is my left hand. Now you can hold up your hand with me. Left hand, right here. The reason why, if I were facing you, it would be a mirror image, and you'd be holding up your right hand if you're just mirroring me. So this is my left hand. But now I'm going to turn around and back, and this is the hand I'm going to use on the top of the recorder. I'll do it again. Alright, so this is the hand that I'm going to use on the top of the recorder. My left hand. Now, when I play the recorder, I put my left hand on the top and I put my right hand at the bottom. So that's how I hold the recorder. Now, next, my fingers. My fingers have numbers, okay? And each finger gets its own number. Well, almost every finger. Some don't get numbers, but hold on. So let's just go to the left hand, the one that goes at the top of the recorder. I've got 0. I've got 1, 2, and 3. Now the pinky on my left hand, I'm not going to give it a number, because that's not going to cover a hole. So, watch this. In fact, you could even try to do this with me. Take your recorder, put your left hand on top. Left. Left. This is your left. Take your left hand and place it at the top of the recorder. Now, your other hand, this is your right hand. Take that right hand and put it on the bottom. Just like that. Just hold it like that. I know you don't even have to cover holes. Just try to get used to that. Look at your friend. Does he have his left hand on top? Does he? Do you have your left hand on top? Do you even know what your left hand is? Got it! Oh. Some of you are lefty, so that might feel completely normal. But for most of us, we're righties. So there's probably 1 or 2 that are lefty in this environment, maybe watching the video. More than 1 or 2, hopefully. But your left hand now is on top, hopefully. Now with that left hand, you're going to take that thumb, which we called 0 before, your pointer, which we called 1. So 0 and 1. You're going to take 0 and 1, that little L that your left hand makes, and you're going to cover the top 2 holes. Just for argument's sake, I'm going to go really far into the future. This is your first lesson in recorder, so you're not going to need to use that many fingers, as many fingers as we're going to be using in a moment, but I'm going to show you how to put each finger on the holes, and then I'm going to rewind it all the way back to where I'm standing right now, or rather where I'm holding right now. So, you have 0, and then you have 1, but now I want you to put your next finger, and I'll do it really nice and gingerly, on the next hole. And then I want you to take your ring finger, which is, so 1, 2, and then your ring finger number 3 on the next hole. Now your pinky, you may notice, is not 4 on this hand. It's hanging because only the fingers that cover the holes get numbers. Now I want you to take your number 1 finger on your right hand, and I want you to put that on the next hole with that pinky. Remember, that pinky is still hanging out, so keep that pinky hanging out. Now we're going to call, on your right hand, we're going to call this 1, 2, 3, and guess what? Your pinky gets a number 4, but your thumb does not. So your thumb goes on the back of the recorder, and now I cover all the other holes. 1, 2. Mr. Maguire, the bottom 2 holes, there's 2 holes in the hole, 2 holes in the 2 holes. There's 2 holes and there's 2 holes in the 2 holes. And I don't know what to do. Right now you don't have to worry about it. All you have to do is, you'll see why your right hand needs to go to the bottom, because the very bottom hole you put down 3, that pinky will cover. Now if I were covering this and I had it reversed with my other hand, watch this. This feels so weird for me to just do that because I'm so used to my left hand on top. Uh-oh, my pinky does not reach over. I'd have to like raise my elbow just to get it to cover that other hole. So that's why your left hand has to be on top. And guess what? All of the fingers you see me covering the holes with, that is exactly where the fingers need to stay no matter what you are playing on the recorder. In other words, you're not going to take your top finger here and put it down here for some reason in the future. That is not how the instrument is played. Your number 1 finger on your left hand will always cover the top hole. Your number 2 finger will always cover the second hole. Your number 3 finger will always cover the third hole. Your number 1 finger on your right hand will always cover the 4th hole. Your number 2 finger on your right hand will always cover the 5th hole, and so on. Okay, so these fingers will always stay there. You're not going to take like a finger here and a finger there and then like, oh, that is incorrect and it's a bad habit. So make sure you get used to having these fingers on these holes at all time. Now I'm going to rewind it, and we're going to go back to where I really want to start, which is the music note called B.